Ever looked at your cat and thought, are you a Loki or a Lily? It's not always easy to tell your furball's gender, especially when both spend their days judging your life choices from the windowsill. But guess what? There are actual differences between male and female cats, beyond just the obvious check under the tail method. From size to behavior, knowing the truth can help you pick the perfect pet. So come along and let's settle the great debate. Male cat versus female cat. How to understand the difference. Okay, let's start with the basics. How can you tell the difference between a male and a female cat? If you've ever looked at two cats side by side and thought, they look the same, you're not alone. But trust me, once you know what to look for, the differences become super clear. Here's the first thing you'll notice. Male cats are usually bigger. They often have broader faces, thicker necks, and a stockier build. It's especially noticeable in unneutered males. They tend to grow into what some call a tomcat face, kind of a chunky, wide-cheeked look that's hard to miss. Female cats, on the other hand, often have slimmer, more delicate features. They can be just as beautiful, but usually in a more graceful and sleek way. Here's a fun fact. Most calico and tortoiseshell cats are female. That's science! These color patterns are linked to the X chromosome. Since females have two X chromosomes, they can exhibit both black and orange traits. Male, only one X, so those complex coat patterns are super rare in boys. Since females have two X chromosomes and males only have one, it's extremely rare to find a male calico. If you do, it's likely due to a rare genetic mutation, and that male is probably sterile. So if you see a cat rocking those orange, black, and white colors, it's almost definitely a girl. Do you have a calico or tortoiseshell cat? Drop their name in the comments. We'd love to hear about them. One last thing to remember, spaying or neutering. Female cats that haven't been spayed might have slightly rounder bellies if they've had kittens. They tend to be more careful, alert, and poised. Male cats, they're more like the adventurous type, always exploring, sniffing around, and getting into trouble. So now that you know how to spot the physical differences, you might be wondering, does any of this affect how they act? Well, that's where things get interesting. Let's dive into it. First up, boy cats, especially when neutered, are more laid back, chill, and super affectionate. They love attention and being part of the action. A male cat will nuzzle your face, roll over for belly rubs, cuddle you endlessly, follow you from room to room, and even flop in the middle of the floor just to get noticed. They tend to be social butterflies, friendly with family, kids, and even strangers. On the other hand, girl cats are often more independent and reserved. They like to keep their space and decide when they want attention. A female cat might not be in-your-face affectionate, but they show it in different ways. Maybe a meow, a head bump, or quietly sitting beside you. Second, playtime. Male cats usually stay playful longer into adulthood. They'll chase toys, wrestle, and explore anything that moves. They can be a bit goofy too, like knocking things off the table just to see your reaction. Female cats, on the other hand, tend to play more gently. Their movements are usually quicker and more precise. Third, territory. Male cats, especially the unneutered ones, have a serious case of wanderlust. They like to roam, explore, and sometimes even get into fights with other cats. It's all about showing dominance. They want to be the boss of the neighborhood. Female cats, they're more likely to stick close to home. They may not be as bold, but they are sharp and alert. If a female cat doesn't trust something or someone, she'll let you know with a good long stare and probably a slow walk away. Quick fun fact, female cats are often more territorial. They might hiss or growl at newcomers, especially other female cats, but that also means they're loyal and protective. You'll always know where you stand in their world. Once they warm up, they trust you and stick with you like glue. Now here's the twist. Not all male cats act one way, and not all females act another. Just like people, cats have their unique personalities. You might meet a super chill female or a high-energy male. It depends on how they were raised, their breed, and their environment. A male cat that was mistreated as a kitten may become shy or nervous. A female cat raised with lots of love and playtime might grow up to be a total lap cat. So the stereotype, male cats are cuddlier, female cats are more distant, is often wrong. If you've learned something new already, go ahead and hit that like button. It helps more cat lovers find this video. And then there's behavior during heat. Males don't go in heat the same way, but they can sense when a female is. And when they do, you might see some pretty strange behavior, like loud meowing, pacing, and trying to escape the house. On the flip side, female cats in heat are a whole different experience. They can get loud, clingy, and super restless. Some will roll around on the floor, cry at night, or constantly rub up against furniture or your legs. But once a cat is neutered or spayed, those hormonal behaviors often calm down. Fixed male cats are usually more chill and loving. Spayed females tend to relax too, and their need to mark territory or act defensively often disappears. Now, speaking of behaviors, which cat is easier to train, male or female? While all cats are intelligent in their way, some studies suggest that female cats tend to be more focused and quicker to learn commands or use a litter box properly. They often pick up routines faster, especially if they feel it's on their terms. If you earn her respect, she'll play along. Male cats, on the other hand, may take longer to train, but not because they're less intelligent. They just get distracted easily. They're more playful, curious, and sometimes too busy knocking over your water glass to care about sit or stay. However, as male cats are often more food-motivated and social, they can be trained to do tricks if you have the patience. Things like high fives, leash walking, or even ringing a bell for treats. So if training is your thing, both sexes have their strengths, but your patience and method matter more than gender. But the differences go even deeper, to their health. Are you ready to find out which cat might stay by your side longer, and who's more at risk for serious health issues? Let's dive into that next. First up, who lives longer? Female cats usually live longer than male cats. On average, female cats can live 2 to 3 years longer than males. While many cats live around 13 to 17 years, spayed females often reach their 18th birthday and beyond. Some even hit their 20s. Why the gap? It mostly comes down to behavior and hormones. Male cats, especially if they're not neutered, tend to roam, fight, and take risks. This means more accidents, more injuries, and more exposure to diseases. Meanwhile, female cats are more likely to stay close to home, especially if they've been spayed. Now, speaking of health problems, male cats often face problems with their urinary tract. Their urethras, the tubes that carry urine, are narrower. This means they can get blocked more easily, and that is a serious emergency. If your male cat can't pee, it can be life-threatening in just 24 to 48 hours. Female cats, on the other hand, are more prone to mammary tumors if they're not spayed. These tumors can be cancerous and spread quickly. But if a female cat is spayed before her first heat cycle, her risk drops by over 90%. Next is weight and obesity. Male cats are more likely to gain weight after neutering. They're bigger, have slower metabolisms, and love to eat. A chunky kitty might look cute, but obesity can lead to diabetes, arthritis, and heart problems. Females also gain weight after spaying, but it's usually easier to manage. Still, both boys and girls need regular play and portion control. And finally, the emotional side. Losing a pet is heartbreaking, but knowing their health risks can help you give them the best life possible. Regular vet visits, a healthy diet, and lots of love will keep them by your side longer. Loving this breakdown? Check out our full playlist on cat behavior to learn even more. However, the real question every future cat parent asks, which one makes the better pet? You might think you know the answer, but what you're about to uncover in the next chapter may surprise you. Stick around, because Chapter 4 is where things get personal. So who makes the better pet, a male or a female cat? The truth is, it depends on your life and what you want from a furry friend. If you have kids, male cats might be your best bet. Why? Because they're often more playful and outgoing. Their friendly, silly nature makes them great companions for energetic kids. However, if you live alone, female cats might be the perfect fit. They tend to be more independent and calm. They don't need constant attention, often enjoy their own space, and can handle being alone better than males. Moreover, if you want a cuddle buddy who follows you around like a shadow, then a male cat might win your heart. Male cats, especially when neutered, are known to be super affectionate. They're social, playful, and they bond fast. Now, what about if you have more than one cat? Multi-cat homes can get tricky. Female cats are usually less tolerant when new cats arrive. They might be a bit territorial or shy, which could cause tension. Male cats often get along better with other cats, especially if they're neutered. So if you want peace among your pets, males might make things easier. Also, think about your daily life. Are you gone a lot? Do you work long hours? Female cats might do better on their own for longer periods. Male cats might get a little lonelier. They love the company, so if you're gone all day, your male cat might feel it. Finally, think about where your cat will live. If you want an outdoor cat, males may be more of a challenge. Unneutered males love to roam far and wide, sometimes disappearing for days. Female cats usually stay closer to home, so if you don't want to worry about your cat wandering off, a female might be safer. Or make sure to neuter your male cat. In the end, both male and female cats can be amazing pets, but they do bring slightly different energies into your life. It's about what fits best with you. So what kind of cat do you think suits your lifestyle best? An adventurous, cuddly male or a calm, independent female? Let us know in the comments box below. And at the end of the day, every cat is unique, and the right one will find its way to you. So visit your local shelter, spend some time, and let the cat choose you. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more pet tips and stories. Until next time.